Hello everybody, Jordan here, the PH is silent. More deities that start with the letter L today. We're covering Lliira and Loviatar. I personally played a death cleric of Loviatar, so I'm super excited for this one. These two are complete opposites. Lliira is the Joybringer, the Lady of Joy and the Mistress of Revels. She embodies happiness, freedom, and joyful movement. Much of her worship is done in the form of dance. She detests violence, and fighting at a ceremony will cause her to turn her back on a follower. Her priests and priestesses are known as Joybringers, and their mission is to bring happiness to the people of Faerun, ideally through the worship of Lliira. Lliira attracts all sorts of people to her church. I mean, it's a fun, joyous place. Dancers especially might worship Lliira. People pray to her when they are planning parties or festivities, or just to ensure that a gathering of people will be a happy one. The Joybringers have no organized hierarchy or chain of command, but there seems to be little need. Everyone in the church performs good and joyful options. If your calling is an adventurer, then so be it. Or you might stay in town and form a small church to bring parties and festivities to its people. The visit of an adventuring priest to an established temple of Lliira is cause for celebration. Also, a sunny day is cause for celebration, or a cloudy one. Lliirans will celebrate just about anything. Lliira is interesting because she is friends with the goddess Joachine. Joachine gave her portfolio to Lliira during the time of troubles. Her plan was to lose her divinity to sneak back into the upper planes, and that plan worked, but she took a detour through the abyss and became captured by the demon prince Grizit. Because of this, Joaquine's followers and church was folded into Lliira's. Lliira was somewhat uncomfortable being both the goddess of joy and merchants. When Joachine disappeared, Lliira sent visions about the situation and how she would be granting followers their spells and answering their prayers until Joachine was found. Joaquine's priests basically wrote off Joachine as being dead and started worshipping Lliira instead. It wasn't until much later that Joachine escaped from the abyss and was given back her divine portfolio by Lliira. Although Lliira was tempted by the great influx in power Joaquine's followers and portfolio granted her, she happily gave it back to her friend. Today, Lliira is back to normal. Her followers love her and dance to her, singing the divine joy that is Lliira. Temples of Lliira can be found of any style really, but are usually a huge meeting place, either a party room or a ballroom, from which open out to smaller conference rooms, bars, chat rooms, and nap rooms. It sounds like a sweet place. They are very well decorated, her temples, with crystal chandeliers, mosaic stone floors, velvet draperies, and well-stocked bars. Her believers try to spread joy whenever and wherever possible. Allow no one to be sad when mirth or comfort could be given to them. Clergy of Lliira are the most fun holy folk in all of Faerun. Making everyone have a good time is part of their profession, and clerics of Lliira throw the best parties ever. Some people, grumpy mean people, view Lliira's followers as empty-headed or full of frivolous nonsense, yet even these people acknowledge that the priests of Lliira are the most beloved in all of Faerun. Probably because of the influence from Joaquine's portfolios, but Lliirans are some of the smoothest diplomats also, and often speak to rulers and wealthy merchants of how useful the Church of Lliira is at keeping the common people happy. Up next is Loviatar, the Maiden of Pain, the patroness of tortures, and the Wailing Whip. Loviatar is the concept of pain personified. Her portfolio includes pain, hurt, agony, torment, and suffering. She appears in art as a maiden dressed in white, carrying a bone-white wand and a whip she uses against her foes. Evil people worship Loviatar, but more than that, twisted people do. People that delight in receiving or inflicting pain. Loviatar is aggressive, domineering, and fearless, and her devotees follow suit. She has an instinct for inflicting both physical and psychological pain. She does not fear pain or hurt, and laughs at attempts to physically damage or verbally humiliate her. Worship of Loviatar tends to be strongest in large cities, such as Athkalta, Kalimport, or Waterdeep. There are worshippers in smaller areas, but they are often alone, only gathering with other worshippers in larger cities. There are few places that have open worship of Loviatar. Being such an evil deity, worship of her is frowned upon. Except in areas with legal slavery, you won't find people spreading the good news of Loviatar much. Priests of Loviatar are few in number but widespread in power. Priests or clerics of Loviatar tend to be cruel and sadistic. They enjoy bestowing pain upon others and receiving it. The church recruits new followers out of fear mostly. Those that join and stay faithful often develop some amazing self-control when it comes to pain, able to carry on thinking and acting calmly while under extreme, painful conditions. Loviatans will often start fights in the name of their goddess, going to bars strictly to start a brawl between the patrons. This release of pain during the fight is the ultimate goal, which is the prayer sent up to their goddess. Clerics will hurt themselves during prayer. Ironically, the Church of Loviatar hates the Church of Ill Matter, which teaches that strength comes out of suffering, Loviatar's strength comes from pain and the ability to endure that pain. The nation of Dambrath is probably the most Loviatar place in Faerun. The worship of the goddess of pain is the state religion, and the queen of Dambrath is a high priestess, but the most well-known temple is in Am. The Loviatar church has no knightly orders, but do have numerous monks that follow the path of pain. Her specialty priests are called Pains, which is obvious, but also kind of badass. Loviatar teaches that the world is filled with pain and torment, and the best one can do is suffer those blows that cannot be avoided and deal as much pain back to those who offend. They're not nice people. Her followers are nearly all evil, spreading out across lawful and chaotic. And that's it for today. I totally had a Death Cleric of Loviatar, but I guess I cheated and I made him true neutral. He was a Goliath from a tribe where pain was seen as strength. All of his cleric healing would cause great pain, then relief as the wounds were healed. It was a lot of fun to play. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope to see you again next Wednesday with another deity lore video. Until then, hit that like button and I will see you all later.